Hi everyone, this is Kathy Mamelin. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a no contact reading. Today I'm going to ask our spirit guides about the person that you are in a separation with. What are their intentions? What are their thoughts and feelings? What is some guidance that spirit might have for you at this time? What is going on around this energy? I do have some charms and some initials, so we'll be using those as well. So maybe we'll get some evidence that this person is trying to connect to you. So take with you what connects to you, leave the rest for everybody else. If you are not interested in your past, this reading is not going to be for you. This is for somebody who's thinking about their person who is in a no contact situation right now. So let's get started. Let's call in our spirit guides. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to this channel, the Twin Flame channel, the Soulmate channel. I do have a main channel. I'll put the link in the description below for more love readings. So I want you to know, Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is going on in this connection? What is it that you have for us at this time? What are the thoughts and feelings around this connection? Any movement? Any energy movement? Let's see what we have. I call upon you for loving guidance. I have a bear, strength, authority, protect. Yeah, I mean, it kind of came into me as somebody who is kind of defending their energy, okay? A little bit of a, I don't want to admit that I was wrong. I won't, it's almost like that's kind of their stance. I won't admit I was wrong. And until they admit they were wrong by either disrespect or something they said, I feel like you're at a standstill, okay? So somebody's got to make a move. Somebody's got to, kind of step forward and get this thing going, and admit and apologize, or at least start the conversation moving. I have a mirror, self-reflection. I have a feeling that you have said something that hit them like close to their heart, that you pointed out something in them that they didn't want to see. It could be a problem. It could be self-sabotage. It could be, part of your problems are your behavior, but you're not making that connection, that your behavior has consequences, your actions have consequences. I don't think they want to see that. I think they want you to tell them what they want to hear. And maybe you get tired of doing that. So there's this feeling of, I can't just keep telling you what I'm not seeing right before my eyes, because unless you change, unless we change, this is kind of going to keep going on and on. So there's got to be, it's like a reflection. Could be twin flames, a reflection of myself, so I'm just pointing out to you what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. So there's this, I don't think they liked it. I don't think they liked the brutal honesty. I have the sun, happiness, vitality. I feel like you're trying to pull them out of something, okay? So they could be struggling with their own self-esteem. They could be struggling with where they are at this stage in their life. It's not your job to fix them, Spirit just said. And maybe that's something that you've been working hard at. Like, I've been trying to help you. I've been trying to give you ideas, and I'm right here by your side. I've been here the whole time, and I'm the one who listens to everything you're going through. I know you better than you know yourself. But you at the same time want to see that ray of sunshine, that says, I'm going to be okay, a little bit of a what about me? So I get that. I have an 8 of Pentacles. I have a Page of Pentacles. I have a Magician, and I have a 4 of Wands. This could be connected to money. It could be that money issues, money issues are blowing up our life. Money issues are constant, and it's just been too much. It's too much stress. I do feel like somebody's moving in the right direction. The Page of Pentacles was almost like, I've got new work, I've got more work, I'm working. So this person could be back to work. Maybe when you were with them, they weren't working, and it was like, you got to get a job. I can't take care of you, So, but I do feel like this person is starting to realize that, there's value in working, right? There's a sense of self. I don't care what you do. Everybody has value, no matter what your job is. I don't care. And when you see that your job and your work has value to other people, it helps you. Okay. Sitting on the couch and moping and doing nothing about it is depressing, and it brings you down. So this feeling of, I'm out there, I'm trying, I'm working hard, I'm tapping into a better self, a higher self. So whatever has happened, it's triggered them to either get back to work or to refocus on work. Okay. The Four of Wands is coming into me as promises made. And it doesn't mean that the promises are over. It just means we're taking a break. We could even have an engagement for some of you, or talked about an engagement. Now you're kind of wondering, like, are we going to have a home? Are we going to get married? I mean, what just happened? Regain their own sense of self-esteem. They had to get back to work in some way. There was a sense of, I've got to get my life back. And then I think we'll be okay. I have a High Priestess. I love that, because I feel like no matter how hard this is, you are believing in them, your belief system in them, like you are loving them from afar. You are, you believe in them. You believe that this is your soulmate. You believe that they are going to heal. You believe that they are going to, they just said, come alive again. So maybe there's a part of them that you feel like died, like part of their soul, they just put something on hold for a long time. Maybe they had a tremendous loss. Maybe they, really got hit hard with something, illness, loss of a job, a divorce, God forbid, loss of a very close family member, like a child, but it feels like I'm believing in you when no one else is, and I'm not going to give up on you. So I do feel that. I feel like I won't give up. I'm going to say that. Okay, so that could be you. I'm not going to give up on us. So that feels good. I mean, do we need a break sometimes? I have a death card at the bottom of my deck. So it doesn't mean that it's over. It means that it could be a new beginning. Maybe something going on in this connection is over. They had to end something. They had to stop drinking. Okay. It was bringing us down. They had to stop spending money on stuff that we couldn't afford. They had to stop gambling. I don't know, so there could be a reason that there's, I feel like I want to say what the actions we're doing are intertwined with all of this kind of turmoil and conflict, and it causes a chain reaction in you. And I just feel like until made that change, it's going to go on forever. Where's the sun? Where are the sunny days? So that was happening. I have 888, abundance. I love it. Can people change? This is always the big, I'm going to get a whole bunch of comments that people don't change. Not true. As somebody who is a survivor of cancer or survivor in recovery, and they've been in recovery for 20 years, are they still an alcoholic? Yes, they are. It's a disease, but they don't have the behaviors that they used to have. They've healed, they've worked on themselves. So they're bringing abundance into their life. So this is a feeling of your person trying to change, evolve. The feeling of, oh, my hands are tingling. The feeling of get back to work is, I think, key. I really do. I feel like this person had to get back to work, or just focus back on work, something like that. Perseverance, don't give up. I haven't given up on you. I don't want you to give up on yourself. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have such amazing potential. I feel like this person hit rock bottom, okay? And it's not your job to bring them, to pull them out of that rock bottom. It's accountability, number 69. So this person has to be accountable for their actions, and maybe the rock bottom was enough for them to realize they were going to lose you. I have a feeling that that's what's going on, that I'm afraid to lose you. Let's get some initials. Let's see if we can get some initials. The letter Q. I have an O, G, R. I have an L today. U. Letter T, A, N. Another L. I have a W, and then let's get some double letters. I have these cards that are the first letter and a second letter of a first name or a last name. So these are even more accurate if you are trying to, just connect to your person. I have a K-A, T-I-S-O, L-A, R-O, K-E, E-D, D-E, J-E, J-U. Yeah, so there's this incredible sense of rock bottom, that the rock bottom is the fear of losing you, the fear of, wow, are you really giving up on me because you're the only one maybe who stood by me through everything. So now they're really, really stuck with, what do I do? But they had said in the beginning that they won't admit that they were wrong. So until they admit their part in it, they'll never change. That bear energy, and I'm going to defend myself, protect myself. I have liquid courage. I think that alcohol, drugs, something like that has gotten between us. You say there's a third party involved. The third party is a bottle of rum. The third party interference in this connection. A bottle of liquor, okay, a bottle of beer. And it's painful because it's like, you want that more than you want me. They don't have a choice. Spirit's saying it's a disease, and until they get help. I have healing. I need to heal my wounds. I need to get sober. I need to get help. I need to get back to work. I need to work on myself. Hitting that bottom risks, it's good in a way, because they had to hit that bottom to realize that they would lose you. The no contact, I think. I have a hookup, maybe when they were I was drinking. They didn't mean anything. Yeah, not good enough, right? I was at a party. I've been out partying. Life is a party. They have to surrender. Okay, they have to surrender. We've got somebody who has some kind of, crutch. Okay, it could be anything. Anything. Gambling. It could be smoking, drugs, drinking, sex. So they're struggling with this kind of behavior that they're not ready to give up on. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. Maybe we're getting some other clues. You love them. You see the good in them. You see that they can be a better person. You see them when they're not in their behavior, and you want that all the time. So you want them to be healthy, but at the same time, you can't take care of yourself and take care of them. You can't. It's a choice. We all have choices. So if they choose, the bottle over you or drugs over you, then that's their choice. There's consequences. All right, let's get some of these. Okay. The first thing that's coming into me is lots of text messages, okay? Just random, I want to say drunken text messages, okay? Like in the middle of the night, okay? Random midnight calls, okay? Or, texts. And they just don't make sense. They're kind of all over the place. They're kind of like panicking, and they're begging, and then they're mad, and then they're, blaming you. And it's just like, I'm going to bed, and that they're either under the influence or they're all revved up. And the last thing you want to do is talk to them like that. They need a cup of coffee. They need a cup of coffee. They need to switch over to a cup of coffee. There you go. The wheels are spinning. I have the gears are spinning. How do we fix this? How do we fix this? They have to fix themselves. Okay. You have been working overtime at trying to help them for a long time. And I feel like they have to fix themselves. Okay. So you have to surrender to being the codependent. You have to surrender to being the person who's always there to help them and pick them up. That's important. I have a gingerbread man. Okay, so it came into me as I see the sweet side of them. There is a really sweet side of them. Gingerbread with icing. Cute. We have dreams. We have a home. Maybe we share a home. Maybe we've been together for a long time. So, what's happening to our dreams? What's happening to the life that we built together? Are you just going to walk away from that because you don't want to face the fear? That's your choice. I have a cat, a scaredy cat. It came into me as a scaredy cat. So they're scared of something. They're scared of the change. They're scared of giving up their pacifier. They're scared of if they'll be a different person, if you would like them, as a new person. They got to face their new reality, is what Spirit just said. And then I have a spider, and I feel like creeping. The creeping is, it's creepy that this person is calling you randomly at night, and what they're saying is dysfunctional because they're upset. It's random. They feel like they have nothing to hide at this point. And so like all this BS is coming out, and it's worse than it's ever been because they're upset. So something's going on with that. I have these Easter eggs, but it's coming into me as there's just so many, it's like all different colors, right? It's stripes, it's polka dots, it's um, all different patterns. And there's no one consistency about this before this relationship can heal. Okay. Because I feel like, yeah, I love you, but you're dragging me down. Okay. So if this person is willing to heal and they're out there saying, I'm making improvements, I've got a new job, I'm back to work, I'm getting help, I am taking care of myself, I'm doing all the right things because I don't want to lose you. What did they say? They said, I won't give up on us. Okay. So in order to not give up on us, we have to not give up on, Spirit just said on each other. Okay. But this person needs some space and time to do it on their own and then come back. They're saying, just this kind of, I'll prove it. I'll prove it to you. Okay. So if they're in a good space, okay. I feel like we're just going to go through a lot of mud and muck to get there. And it's really, really hard to listen to because people say things when they are pushed to the brink and they are in fear of losing what they love. And that's what's happening. So they're going to say and do things that are going to sound crazy to you. I will always love you, no matter what happens between us. I sometimes wonder if it isn't too late for me to apologize. No, come and talk to me. I just, this is one of those connections where I just want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. I want you to heal so that you can live a normal life. And if we can be together, then I would love that. But it has to start with you. It has to start with somebody to heal. I want to work on this connection and meet you in the middle. So that's encouraging. Yeah, they keep telling me I want to work. Okay, I have to work. So whether it's I need to work on us, I need to work on me, I need to get a job, I need to get back to work. There's something going on that is like the crux of why something isn't working. We belong together no matter what. I'm showing you in 3D. I have a feeling that this person's going to pull themselves together. I have a feeling that they are going to start to feel better about themselves, that they're going to elevate themselves from that rock bottom, fear of losing you, fear of losing everything, life sucks, to I'm going to be okay. And I have more strength than I realized, which is where they need to be. Hopefully they're working on that now. And maybe that's Spirit's way of saying, hey, your person's out there working. Your person's out there trying to take care of themselves so that they can be with you again. I've been carrying you in my heart every single day. Yes, I haven't stopped loving you. The love didn't go away. The reason to be together, I don't think went away either. But the healthiness of being together was jeopardized. The same as if it was a third-party situation. Could have been an affair, could have been somebody else. But I feel like the third party in this case is an addiction. Or it could be both. The addiction keeps leading to, affairs and lies and cheats, and, they go hand in hand. So, but I do feel like underneath all that, there's a real person that we love and that I don't want to give up on, but I can't live with right now. So if you love this person, let them heal. And if it's meant to be, this connection will come back to you. So let's put this out into the universe. Spirit saying there's a lot of moving parts and pieces around you right now. So they want you to take care of yourself first. So let's thank Spirit. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here at this channel. If you're new to this channel, the Twin Flame channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, claim it, own it, it's yours. Take a ride over to my main channel. I'll put the links below for my Pick a Card channel and my main channel for lots of messages if you're not familiar with my readings. If you would like a private reading with me, please visit my website, KathyMammelin.psychicmedium.com. In the meantime, healing energy, love and light, and we will see you all